Finally, it is here. You can take all that just another game stuff and throw it out.
Just like what Chris Fowler said, finally it is here. So today we got a cinematic trailer for College Football 25. We also got a bunch of info on the EA website about this game. So first I'm going to do a quick trailer breakdown going over everything in the trailer, and then after that we'll get into the more specific stuff that they released on the website. And like I said, this was a cinematic trailer. It was unfortunately not a gameplay trailer, so I was a little disappointed we didn't get to see actual gameplay from this game, but Matt Brown and other people on social media have said that is coming. You're going to get more info throughout the rest of this month and then throughout the summer as well. I think the biggest thing that people have been talking about this game is that EA has been just absolutely honing in on the traditions and the pageantry within college football for each different program, and you can see that in this trailer. Every team from Wyoming to LSU to Florida to App State, you can tell that EA put a ton of effort into accurately depicting each program. So I give them an A+ in that category. The atmospheres, the fans, the traditions all look amazing. And that can clearly be seen in this super short clip of the 12th man, Texas A&M. Their fans are some of the best in the country. It just looks really freaking good. The mascots also looked great. Every single one of them, you can tell they put a lot of time and effort into creating these individual mascots. Now, they have not confirmed mascot mashup yet. I would be very disappointed if that's not in the game. But just based on all the detail that are in these mascots, I feel like that game mode has to be in this game. And I know it's a cinematic trailer, but I just feel like they captured these different atmospheres at different schools really, really well. All of the team entrances got me extremely hype, as you can see here. I assume you will see these before games when the team runs out onto the field. It's going to get you ready to go in and get that dub. So these clips that are playing now are probably the closest thing we got to gameplay in this trailer. This obviously isn't actual in-game footage, but it looks really good and it shows you some of the jukes that you'll be able to use in the game. Here we can see what appears to be similar to the fan favorite stop juke, I guess you would call it, from NCAA 14 in the previous games, where you would stop on a dime and your defender would go flying in front of you. However, this one definitely seems more realistic than it was in the previous game, so that's good. This part was super cool with the wave at Iowa. Again, I think they just really did a good job of capturing these different traditions and atmospheres at these schools. A very cool and new feature that will be in College Football 25, you can see here, are turnover celebrations. Dude, Pitt Slam Dunk right here is literally beautiful. And obviously we've known for a while that real players are going to be in this game, but it's still super cool to see them in this game. As you can see here, there's several real life players that are shown in this trailer. And I felt like EA was really trying to show off dynamic weather in this game. So you could see multiple clips of it raining or snowing, as you can see here in this Wyoming picture. And in this Michigan picture, you can tell they're super muddied up. The turf tape is green and brown from the mud and the grass. Number 51 on the right has a ton of mud on his arm. And for some reason I was asked a lot, is there going to be dynamic weather? Like, is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? Is it not going to be raining at the beginning of the game, but by the end of the game it's raining? And while I don't know all the specifics, obviously EA did confirm there's going to be dynamic weather in this game with this trailer. And I think this Washington picture looks really good with the rain on the helmets. So overall, I thought this trailer was awesome. It gave us a great look of the overview of this game and just the thoroughness they put into it. There was an ESPN article that released today, and there was a quote in it from EA that said, "Each team is somebody's favorite team." And that was kind of the motto they had while making this. And I think I can definitely see that passion in this trailer. Because like they said, every team is somebody's favorite team. So you want to make sure you make every team just as good as the one before, even if the one before was Alabama and the one next you're creating is Wyoming. You want to put the exact same attention to detail in both. We also got several equipment styles confirmed. So here in this Bama screenshot, you can see that number 1 definitely has his knee pads above the knee. And this guy behind the basketball goal clearly has his jersey tucked so you can see his stomach. Turf tape and visors are in the game, as you can see from this screenshot right here. And in this Penn State screenshot, number 5 clearly has an untucked shirt below his jersey. So all of these are pretty cool equipment features that we'll see in College Football 25. Now, I did quickly want to hit on a few complaints I had because it wasn't perfect. You know, no game is perfect, no trailer is perfect. So this screenshot of Penn State from the trailer gave me strong Madden vibes. Something about it, in my opinion, definitely reminds me of Madden. But at the end of the day, this is a cinematic trailer of a football game, so it's gonna look pretty similar to Madden. And it's funny because just like the Notre Dame screenshot we got a few days ago, I saw some people saying this trailer looked exactly like Madden. I saw a lot of people saying it looks nothing like Madden, which again, how is that possible that you have two polar opposites? I think we just need to wait till we actually get to play the game to determine if it's like Madden. I also thought some of the player models looked kind of goofy. You can see these Alabama offensive linemen, their arms look extremely skinny for some reason. So I don't know if it's just this picture, but I thought there were several times where you had some issues with the player models. This Michigan screenshot that I showed earlier, overall this is a pretty cool picture, but especially around the collar in the neck area of Donovan Edwards, I just feel like there's a lack of detail. It looks super just glossed over. But maybe I'm just being picky. None of these things matter too much. Obviously what's important is the gameplay, how it plays, and how deep the simulation is and how accurate it is. So we'll have to see all of that once the game actually comes out. So that's everything about the trailer. Now we can get in some of the more specific details that they released online. So obviously Dynasty, Road to Glory, and Ultimate Team are all in the game. Those were confirmed already, but here they are again. And a couple things to highlight here on Dynasty mode. One, they mentioned the transfer portal, so not only can you recruit out of high school, you can also recruit people out of the transfer portal, which we already knew, but I've been saying they'll probably be similar with the high school recruiting and the transfer portal recruiting, and that kind of confirms this. And then it also says that you can play an online Dynasty up to 32 users, so that's a pretty big number of people, which is awesome. However, the downside is, although cross-platform is in this game, it's not for online Dynasty. Meaning if you have an Xbox, you can only play online Dynasty with Xbox users, and if you have a PlayStation, you can only play online Dynasty with PlayStation users. So the modes that are cross-platform are Road to the College Football Playoff, Ultimate Team, and Play a Friend. Now for Road to Glory, this is pretty interesting. It looks like maybe they go back to a little bit of the old school Road to Glory we first saw when they introduced it into NCAA football, where you have to manage your schedule, you have a GPA where that will probably affect whether you play or not. And thankfully now we can transfer in Road to Glory, which you couldn't do before in the previous games. So that'll be great. You can start at a small school and then transfer to a bigger school if you ball out. And then there's College Football Ultimate Team, which I won't really get into. We kind of all know what that is, and a lot of us aren't even looking forward to it. So that leads me into the fourth game mode that they confirmed, which is a new game mode called Road to the College Football Playoff. You can read the description here. It says, experience a new way to play competitively across consoles. And then underneath that, you earn rank by upsetting the toughest opponents and securing the votes you need to progress and level up divisions. So essentially it sounds kind of like a competitive mode where you play against other people online, and if you win, you move up in the ranks, which sounds pretty cool to me. Now this is the biggest thing that got confirmed in my opinion. Teambuilder is coming back, which is massive. I am so excited for this. If you weren't a part of the old NCAA football series, Teambuilder was essentially a website that would allow you to basically just create a team from scratch, create your own school, and put them in the game and play with them. And that's exactly what this is. It looks like the website is coming back. You can see in the first sentence that you can create your own college football program with customization tools on the Teambuilder website. You can upload your own logos, and then there's going to be a community tab where you can go and download creations within the community that other people created, or you can upload your own on there. And these teams can only be used offline, so you can't play an online Dynasty with them, but that's expected. And I was begging for this to come back. It just adds so much creativity and fun to the game. But the biggest thing about it is all the FCS teams that we didn't get in the game can now be created by people in the community. They also mentioned the pageantry and traditions in this game, talking about the team runouts, rivalry rituals, crowd chants, loudness meters, basically all those things that you saw in the trailer today. And then underneath that, they talk about the commentary. So it sounds like Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit are going to call the big games, the marquee matchups, and then Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, David Pollock are going to call all the other games. They also introduced Campus IQ, which is a suite of features, so I will go over all of these. The first thing is the wide open, fast-paced gameplay, and I think they're really trying to get the point that this is different from Madden. but it says powered by a wide range of player ratings that fluctuate throughout the game. So immediately that's really interesting. So it sounds like maybe, players will get on a roll, they'll get some momentum, and their overall will literally increase in the game. Or maybe they'll throw like 3 picks in a row and their overall starts going down because they're playing worse. It also says team tiers, which makes sense because in the old games, schools were based on tiers of like 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and so forth. It also talks about a new in-game passing mechanic, so that's interesting. Hopefully that will be completely different than Madden and something completely new. Next, we have wear and tear, which basically sounds like as the games go on, players get fatigued, they might get hurt, the risk of injury goes up, and they start playing worse. So you have to manage the team and the rosters and the substitution to ensure that your team is performing at its best possible ability. And then the last two are pre-snap recognition and home field advantage. Pre-snap recognition, I assume, is similar to how in NCAA 14 you had the read option and you had to read which player to keep, if you wanted to keep it with the quarterback or hand it to the running back. I assume it would be like that, but even more advanced with RPOs and all the updated playbooks that we have in college football in the modern era. And then home field advantage, we also had in NCAA 14 and we have in Madden. It says there's going to be distractions like screen shaking, missing pre-play icons, and moving play art. I really hope that takes a step forward and is a little more complicated or interesting so you can really feel the effects of the home field advantage, but it's also different than we've seen previously. And I think that basically covers everything that we got today. There's a few maybe other things I didn't touch on or a few things on social media. Definitely go look at those things. Definitely watch the trailer for yourself. Read all the stuff they released. It's such good information. The trailer was awesome. 99% of this stuff is amazing. A little disappointed about Online Dynasty not being cross-platform. Mascot mashup was not confirmed. I hope that will get confirmed here in the future. Maybe also like College Classics mode. I would love to see gameplay soon, but overall, a fantastic official reveal today from EA. I'm super, super hype. I think next we should probably get some gameplay. I think that'll probably happen soon, sometime this month maybe, or next month, but we should continue to get information until this game releases. Like I said, banger day. Definitely follow me on Instagram, Bring NCAA Back. I post everything there first. I was trying to post during work today, and then I get these videos out later where I go more in depth, so subscribe here as well.